crap! Take cover inside!
There you go, Cathy.
Oh, thank you.
Or maybe I should call you Jane Doe. Boy, these federal agent types, they drink like fish.
Yeah.
So, who's packing heat? You know, license to kill. I mean, this is the first secret agent party you've ever invited me to.
Well, with the exception of me, because I use my charm, I think just about all the agents here are packing heat.
Cool.
Jack.
Oh, hey, Frank.
Hey, bud.
Good.
See you.
Hi, boss.
See you.
Well, you clean up nice.
Thanks. Nice dogs you got there.
Yeah, it's a rental. Looks great. Thanks.
Hey, Phil. Cathy, you remember Phil and Laura Sands?
Oh my gosh, Phil. Hey, Laura. Hi. It's been a long time.
Oh, gosh. Too many years to count, I'm afraid.
You're looking well, Cathy. Oh, Jane. God, Frank brought you out of retirement.
Yeah, you look wonderful. You haven't aged a bit. Retirement suits you, Laura.
Thank you. You're very sweet. So, who's this?
Oh, Jack.
This is my husband, Jack Doe.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Well, I'm going to let you guys talk shop. Sure. Excuse me.
It's quite the catch.
So, Phil, how has the San Diego office been treating you?
You haven't heard, have you?
What?
Well, Phil has been selected as a candidate to run the Washington Bureau.
Oh!
I'm one of two candidates.
Yes, well, you're the most qualified.
Congratulations, Phil.
Don't look now, here comes your competition.
Mitch was selected?
It's about to be announced.
Hi.
There he is, the odds-on favorite.
You're too kind.
Congratulations, Phil.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Mitch.
Oh, thank you, Jane. I couldn't have done it without the support of everyone here in the LA office.
Oh, my goodness, there's Doug Coleman from San Francisco. You know, we should get a picture.
Oh, excuse me, just a sec. Honey, why did you leave me alone with that woman? She really bugs me.
What woman?
Laura Sands. We were in the CSA together 20 years ago before I retired, and she's always trying to one-up me with her perfect hair and her perfect life and her perfect husband.
Hey.
Honey, of course you're perfect. I just don't have to tell the entire world about it.
No, she seems like a nice enough lady to me.
Yeah, well, you should get to know her.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get you something stronger to drink at the bar.
Good idea.
Hey. Coleman! Look at you! Oh, hey, Mitch.
Hey.
Unbelievable.
It's been too long.
Oh, Phil. Too long.
Hey, bud.
Hi, buddy. Good to see you, Frank.
You too.
We've got to get a photo taken.
Okay.
All right. Get you out there. Darling, you stand here. Frank, right next. Here we go. All right. Thanks so much. Good. Mitch, perfect.
Wait, where's Cathy?
Over here.
Oh, Kathy! Oh my goodness, I forgot all about you. Yes. We need you right up in front.
Oh, sorry.
Big smiles on 3.
Baxter, get me the SATCOM reports for the Southeast region ASAP. I want the name, address, and phone number of anyone with ties to the ULF.
Got it all right here, ma'am.
Roy? Hello?
What? Oh. Of course, I'll be right there. I just can't believe it.
I know. Baxter was a good man. Top in his class at the academy. Up and comer.
Well, what about personal problems? A bad marriage?
Ah, we checked it out. He's happily married. He's got a kid in the way. He's got no problems at home or at work.
How about Alana? Did she and Baxter get along?
He was Lana's protege. They got along well. That's why this doesn't make any sense.
Where's Baxter now?
He's in interrogation too, but he says he doesn't remember anything.
Can I speak with him, Frank?
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Devlin asked me to bring her some files.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Do it all the time. And the next thing I know, I'm holding my gun. It's hot, like it's just been fired. And I see Miss Devlin on the floor in front of me.
I really liked Miss Devlin. We understood each other, you know? We had this rapport. She was tough, but fair. She made me work harder. She made me the best agent that I could be.
Did she work you too hard?
No. Look, I would never, ever do anything to hurt Miss Devlin. She was the best.
I think he's telling the truth, Frank.
How do you know?
Well, if he was gonna lie, he would make up a better one than that. He wouldn't kill in front of a dozen CSA agents, and he wouldn't use his own gun.
What do you think, Kath? You think he just lost it or what?
Yeah. But why?
What time did you get home last night?
About 3 a.m.?
Must have been important.
Yeah. Alana Devlin was shot.
What? Is she all right?
No.
Wow, I can't believe it. We saw her just last night. Do they know who did it?
Yes. Roy Baxter, one of the junior agents that worked with her. And he doesn't even remember the shooting. It was like he just blocked the whole thing out.
Who blocked what out?
Hey, good morning, you guys.
Morning. What's for breakfast? Who blocked what out?
Bacon and eggs.
Sounds good. If you don't want to tell me, just say so.
We don't want to tell you. It's for your own good, Nick.
Why?
Well, we don't want to, to ruin the movie.
What movie? You stop asking so many questions?
Yeah.
So, Dad, what's with the fancy duds?
I was about to ask the same thing myself.
Well, you think it's too much?
Well, it depends on who you're trying to impress.
Oh, I got a call yesterday from Rob Ryan,
Oh, you gotta help me out with that one.
the developer of the Stevens Street project, the new multi-million-dollar mall.
Wait, he wants to see you?
Seems like I made the cut.
Oh, honey, that's great. Congratulations.
I don't think so.
Oh, why, Susan?
That guy's a jerk.
Why would you say that, sweetheart?
You know that homeless shelter on 9th Street? Guess who's trying to tear it down?
What? How do you know?
I wrote an article for the school paper. That shelter has been there for 20 years. None of the area residents have ever had any problems with it. Then all of a sudden, this guy moves to town, and all these letters of complaints are pouring into the city. Then someone digs up some old tax reports and finds out that the taxes are in arrears. If you ask me, something stinks.
Well, it could be a coincidence.
Yeah, honey.
Dad, please, do you really want to go into business with this guy?
I appreciate your opinion, Susan. And the last thing I would ever want to do is close down a homeless shelter. But I'm a contractor. I do business with developers, and working with a guy like Rob Ryan, I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
Besides, the apartment complex that I'm bidding on is on the other side of the city.
So you're still gonna be working with him?
Yes, and the money he pays me will help support my loving family in the manner they've grown accustomed to.
You can't argue with that.
Hello?
Hey, it's me. You got anything?
I'm gonna go talk to Roy Baxter's wife.
All right. Be safe.
Hi, I'm Agent Janedoe, CSA.
I've already answered so many questions.
Please, just a few more. Sherry, please.
Oh, I used to have this crib. Really? Yeah. Roy just finished putting it together on Sunday. He's not one for following instructions, so it took him a little longer than expected, but we're due in 6 weeks. So, how many children do you have, Agent Doe?
I have two. A 16-year-old daughter and a son that's 13 and thinks he's 40. So you're having a boy?
Yeah, boy. Why won't they let me see Roy?
It's an ongoing investigation, Sherry.
What's gonna happen to him?
We don't know. Your husband's in a lot of trouble. We just have to figure out why this happened. Did you know Alana Devlin?
Of course. She was Roy's boss.
And did they get along?
They were friends. She gave us that mobile for the baby.
Did he ever come home angry or upset with Agent Devlin?
Not really.
Well, what about the day before the incident? Did he seem upset or?
He was really good. He was excited about everything, our future. He had these headaches occasionally, but the doctor thought it might be from eye strain.
Eye strain from what?
He did mention that he'd been watching a ton of surveillance videos. He's a really good man. He could never do this.
Sherry, we'll do whatever we can.
The company's small, but we're fast and we're good. I think you're gonna find my bids competitive.
Big companies can do it for less, Jack. You know it? I know it, Jack.
You called me. Why am I here?
You're here to solve my PR problems.
Oh, I get it. You hire the little guy, put some money back into the community.
Across town, I've got a apartment place going up. I'm gonna take your bid and a couple of others. Very lucrative contract. But you know what? What's gonna matter the most is who wows me.
Give me a day. I'll think of something.
Okay? You got a day.
Roy Baxter's project's a matter of national security. You don't have the clearance.
Oh, please, is there any way I can get it?
I think Baxter suffered from some kind of job stress.
Well, he had these headaches, and I think it may have something to do with why he did what he did.
Based on what?
Based on the fact that there was nothing else unusual going on in his life except for this project. It's a lead. Now, do you want me to get to the bottom of this or not?
Yeah, of course I do.
Well, then get me access to his files. Data mining?
Yeah, involved a lot of statistics. Computational techniques, pattern recognition. Basically what they did is they retrained Baxter's mind how to think.
And the purpose of this retraining is?
Data mining protocol works on the subconscious mind. It enables an agent to be able to identify literally thousands of faces or names instantly.
Who receives this training?
That's mostly new recruits. After they go through the protocol, they're required to look at surveillance videos, footage, documents, recon photos, things like that, in hopes that maybe a name or a phrase will trigger the subconscious.
Let me give you an example. Roy Baxter's job was to scan hours and hours of airport security tapes, hoping he'd be able to identify potential terrorist threats.
Well, that explains his eye strain. So, did you guys take a look at the footage he's been watching for the past 2 weeks?
We didn't find anything unusual.
Who heads up this protocol?
Dr. Jared Fox. He's been with CSA for more than 10 years.
Well, this is just a crazy thought. Did he have any problems with Alana Devlin?
Why do you ask?
This protocol sounds like a deep hypnotherapy, a post-hypnotic suggestion. Now, Baxter's mind was conditioned so that when he received the proper stimulus, a name, a face, or a sound, he would respond. Now, what if one of these responses was to kill Alana Devlin?
Whoa, got something.
What's up?
Some of Dr. Fox's funding was cut this year. He wasn't real happy about it. Alana Devlin was on the finance committee.
I think we need to talk to Dr. Fox.
Thanks for coming in, Dr. Fox.
Not at all, not at all. What is this all about?
Well, we just had a few questions about the data mining protocol.
You're aware that Roy Baxter, the accused in the shooting death of Alana Devlin, at one time he was a student of yours, is that correct?
Yes, Roy Baxter was a student of mine. Roy Baxter was one of my better students.
In what way?
Some minds are just more open than others, more vulnerable. He was a very apt pupil.
So he took suggestion well?
Extremely well.
What can you tell us about the protocol?
Nothing. The particulars of the protocol are classified, Agent Darnell.
I'm aware of that. Let me put it another way. Let's say, generally speaking, what kind of things are these agents required to memorize?
Faces, sounds, images, information, anything that might indicate a threat to the country. It's based upon a protocol that the agency used back in the 1980s.
Could someone be given a suggestion for a different kind of response?
You're talking about the shooting death of Agent Devlin, am I right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's feasible. But let me tell you something. I would never allow any of my subjects to harm anyone with the protocol. Whatever I do is for the agency. Quite honestly, I'm really offended by the accusation.
Give us a minute.
I'll be right back.
He's lying. He's got to tell. He touches his nose. He is definitely lying.
Then we better shut down the protocol, stop everything.
Not yet.
If he's responsible.
Enroll me.
No, it's too dangerous.
He's up to something, Frank. Let me get inside.
Cathy, this guy gets inside your head, he could hurt you.
He's not gonna do that. I'm not gonna let him.
I don't know, Frank.
Catching this guy in the act may be the only way to prove what he's up to. I cannot wait to get in there with Fox.
See what he has to say.
Oh.
Make it quick, okay?
Hello?
Hey, need your help.
Me too. Can you do the laundry?
Sure, if you can tell me how to wow Rob Ryan.
Oh, so the meeting went well.
Potentially. But I need something big. Only problem is, what do you get the guy who has everything?
Well, is he married?
You can't marry him.
Yeah, I know. But I can make him a home-cooked meal.
You're kidding. It's kind of old-fashioned, isn't it?
Yeah. But maybe that's exactly the kind of thing a guy like Rob Ryan would like, you know? To meet your family and see what a great guy you are.
You know, you might be onto something. What made you think of it?
Laura Sands. Her husband Phil told me that she's cooking a 7-course meal for the whole Washington Bureau. Show off.
Don't tell me you're still competing with that woman.
No, but I can make my world-famous lasagna for my husband's newest client.
Well, sounds good. I'll take it.
Okay, I gotta go, honey, okay? I wanted to
Nick, are you in there?
did you find this?
Underneath his bed.
Were you snooping?
Of course not. I was looking for a sock.
Honey, snooping is fine. Especially when it finds something like this.
You think he's into drugs?
Nick, no. He's probably, I don't know, helping some kids with their homework or...
For this much money? It's got to be something illegal. I mean, how else would a 13-year-old boy be able to come up with $1,200?
Well, we have to talk to him.
Studying.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, Mom. I have a geometry test tomorrow.
Right. This will only take a minute.
We were wondering about this.
Oh, right. That's fine.
Well, your father was wrong to go through your personal things.
Right.
But we do have a right to know how you came upon so much money.
eBay. I sold some of my old comic books.
Old comic books are worth $1,000?
Actually, a few thousand. I had more than just one spot.
Excuse me?
I had a couple of first editions. Plus, I found some suckers who were willing to overpay.
Yeah. And what were you planning to do with all this money?
Saving up for a car. A nice one. You know, so I could have it when I learn how to drive.
In 3 years.
Right.
Well, good for you.
Well, honey, find a better hiding place, all right? And I hope you read this before you cut it up.
Okay.
I don't buy it. Why was there so much cash? You sell things on the internet, you use checks or credit cards. And why were the bills in such small denominations? And if he was gonna sell his comic books, he would have told us and he wouldn't have kept it secret and hid the money under his bed.
He lied to us.
He's an excellent bluffer. Calm, cool, collected, no tells. Gets from my side of the family, I think.
All right. Let's confront him. Read him the riot act.
No. Then he'll just shut us out.
So, what do you want to do?
Let's try to figure out what he's up to.
When does he fly out?
Hey, Vaughn.
Hey.
Good.
Dr. Fox?
Whoa, I'm sorry.
Hi.
Caught me. You must be Agent Janedoe.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
hi, nice to meet you. Here, you might like those.
Thank you.
That's a very unique name.
Yeah, my brother's name is John.
Okay. Okay, fine, nice. Well, I'm glad you came in. Are you ready to start?
Yeah, I really appreciate you making time for me.
Not at all. No. My data mining protocol is a very useful tool for CSA agents, and my only regret is that it's not available to all the agents.
Well, I am here to learn.
And I'm here to teach. Good. I have a seat for you right over there. Did you want some more of these?
No.
Because there's no more over there. I have set up for you. I'll help you right here. Ready and... Good. The most important thing for you to do in this exercise is to just relax your subconscious mind. Just relax your mind so that you can keep it open and you can allow the technology to come into your... Subconscious. Good. May I ask you a question? What is the kind of music that you like to listen to?
I like classic rock.
Whatever comes into your mind, whatever memories it brings up, you just go along with it.
Okay.
Just open up your subconscious, listen to the sound of my voice, and relax.
Okay.
Relax. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, I'm going to show you a series of images. And the thing is, I don't want you to focus in on any image. Just relax and open your subconscious mind. And listen to the sound of my voice. Deep. You're a very good subject, Agent Doe.
Yeah? May I be excused?
What's the matter? You in a rush?
History exam. I was gonna go over to a friend's house to study.
Well, I guess that sounds okay. Hey, Nick. Are you forgetting something? No, that's all right. I'll get it. But I was talking about your books so that you can study for your big exam.
Oh, thanks, Dad. But I left them at Jim's house, since I know I was going over there anyways to study.
Does this Jim have a last name?
Connor. What's with the third degree?
Nothing. Just don't stay out too late.
All right.
Your mom is right. He is good.
Whatever, Dad.
You're bluffing.
Okay, hit me.
He's the best.
Yeah, dude. Straight.
What are you waiting for?
Three of a kind. Hold your cards in.
Poker?
Yeah, I know. I'm in shock, too.
And they were playing for money?
Yeah, a lot of money. And you know what the kicker is? I mean, Nick is good. I mean, really good.
Of course he's good, honey.
Well, I didn't know whether to be proud or furious.
Well, we can't just let this slide. I mean, at the very least, we have to, I'm sorry. Hello?
Who was that?
I have to go.
Where? You just got home.
To work.
Cathy, we've got an issue here.
I have to go.
What about Nick? And when are you coming home? Cathy? Cathy, where are you?
I can't talk right now.
Yeah, Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh my God, how they did love. They swore to be true to each other, true as the stars above. He was her man, and he done her wrong. Now, sing along if you know it. Frankie, she was a good woman. Show's over, folks.
What in the hell is going on here?
I have no idea. But it isn't pretty.
I didn't hurt anyone.
You abused your power. You gave agents trigger words so they would obey you.
I merely instructed them to come to this location so they would have a good time. But use a protocol to harm someone? No. No. Never. You know, there's one thing I just don't understand. See, I thought the protocol worked on everybody. It didn't work on it didn't work on you. How did you do that?
No. I'm sorry, Dr. Fox.
What were you? A plant? You didn't succumb to the protocol, huh?
I thought about something else. I didn't let my guard down. You know as well as I do, only a passive mind is open to suggestion.
You fooled me. Now I'm a lonely man. I use protocols to get people to spend time with me.
So what do you think?
I believe him.
I'm not so sure. He does run the program, though.
Yeah, but if you were going to use a protocol to have someone killed, would you then turn around and use the same MO to throw yourself a karaoke party?
No, you wouldn't.
I'm heading out. Watch your back, boss.
Karaoke?
Yep. That was the big secret Dr. Fox was covering up. He was using post-hypnotic suggestion to get an audience for his horrible opera karaoke.
You're kidding, right?
No, I wish I was. You know, he was our main suspect in the Devlin murder. In fact, he was our only suspect. Hey, have you talked to our little gambler yet?
Actually, I was waiting for you.
Let's go talk to him. So, do you want to tell us where you were last night?
No.
We know about the gambling, Nick.
How?
Because I followed you. I saw the whole operation.
Great. So now you're spying on me? Looking through my stuff wasn't enough?
Let's get one thing straight. If you're not truthful, your personal privacy ends at the front door.
Is that where you got the money?
Yeah.
Well, you got to give it back.
Why?
Because gambling is illegal.
But kids are doing it all over the place. Vince Del Vecchio was the big winner the other night.
Sheriff Del Vecchio's son?
Yeah. Besides, I won the money fair and square.
You're giving that money back.
What if I told you guys that I'm done? Last night was the last time I play poker. I've won enough.
For a car?
No. I'm gonna use the money for something else. Something noble.
Something noble. Like what?
I can't tell you, but I swear, I'm doing the right thing. You guys will be proud of me.
All right, you can keep the money. It's time for school. We'll talk about this later.
I'll get it!
Hello. Is your mother home?
Maybe. Are those for us?
Well,
Laura, what are you doing here?
Cathy, I brought you some muffins. I thought maybe you and your family might enjoy them.
Hey, Mom, look. Real food. Thanks, lady.
Laura, right?
Hello, Jack.
Hi. Those muffins for us?
Oh, help yourself.
Oh, thanks. Bye, honey.
Bye.
They look great. Thanks.
Oh,
Hi, Mom. 2? That's my daughter, Susan.
yes. Well, they're certainly a hungry bunch. Don't you ever feed them?
Whenever I can.
I can't believe how many years have flown by. When was the last time we sat down and had a chat?
Well, I don't think we ever have.
We were so competitive back then, weren't we?
Well, I don't think so.
The cream?
Yes, no, here, sorry. There you go.
We should have worked together as a team, Kathy. We could have made such inroads for women in the CSA.
Well, I'm pretty happy with the way things turned out.
Of course you are. You know that Phil is being blamed for Roy Baxter's horrific crimes just because they're both from the San Diego office.
Yes, I heard about the internal affairs report.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I know.
I mean, my husband would never. I mean, he's the most dedicated man CSA has. He spent his entire life with...
You don't have to convince me, Laura.
Good. Because I was hoping that you would talk to Mitch Evans. He and the Internal Affairs Department are going after Phil, and...
Well, Frank and I will do whatever we can. But I have to believe that the Washington Bureau will see the IA report for what it is. Politics.
Good. Thank you.
So what do we got, Frank? Dr. Fox doesn't know anything, which means Cathy led us on a wild goose chase. The Baxter kid is still locked up, and Evans is having a field day at our expense, right?
Well, Dr. Fox might be a dead end, but there's something behind this data mining protocol.
Maybe Cathy was just wrong.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with Phil. Maybe Alana Devlin's death wasn't about some big conspiracy. Maybe she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Doug, it doesn't make any sense. We got to find an explanation.
Okay, Frank. But I'm heading out to the airport to catch the next flight back to San Francisco.
That's pretty quick.
I got to see this doctor.
Nothing serious.
Nah, stress headaches, weird ones. The wife thinks I'm working too hard.
And she's probably right. Take care of yourself.
You too. Hey, good luck with everything.
Take cover inside!
Frank, I said good luck with everything.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. You be safe.
Take care, buddy.
Okay.
See you, Philip.
Next time.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Doug. I have your ticket right here.
Ah, thank you. So when are you heading back?
Taking a later one. Gonna wrap up a few loose ends down here.
All right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow morning at the office.
You bet, sir.
Take it. Hey, Janelis, what are you doing?
I was headed back to the office, and then I checked my cell phone for messages. Next thing I know, Agent Coleman is shot, and I'm the one holding the gun. He was my partner. There's no way I'd ever want to hurt him.
He's been questioned for hours. The story doesn't change.
Give us a second, will you?
Just like Baxter's. He doesn't remember anything.
Okay, Frank. 2 senior agents killed in as many days.
You get anything off this one?
No memory of the event. Just like Baxter.
Yeah, except this one's never been to the San Diego office, so it's got nothing to do with me.
Well, not that we know of.
Okay, Mitch. What's that supposed to mean?
Phil, I'm looking for a way to stop junior agents from killing senior ones, and that means no stone goes unturned.
Well, maybe this guy points in your direction. If he does, maybe the Washington Bureau would like to hear about that.
You know what, Phil?
You two want to can it? 2 agents are dead. Get your heads on right.
You know, Frank, maybe this guy's using Baxter's alibi, seizing the opportunity to beat the rap.
Nah, Mitch, there's no motive. There's no motive. There's no reason. He and Doug Coleman are very good friends.
But he was in the data mining protocol. Yeah, I checked with Dr. Fox, and Roy Baxter and Brian Ennis were in the same class.
And also were a dozen other agents. It proves nothing.
Witnesses saw Roy Baxter answer his office phone right before he killed Alana Devlin.
So?
Well, Brian Ennis dropped this cell phone right before he shot Doug Coleman.
Trigger word.
Over the phone.
No, we cleared Dr. Fox.
And we checked the cell phone. There were no incoming calls.
Yeah, but he said he was checking his messages. And I'll bet the last one was a trigger word.
The last message was played the moment before Ennis allegedly fired. The voice is digitized. Listen.
Coleman Wiseman.
Wait, can you play that again, Jennifer?
Coleman Wiseman.
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 It's Pashto, a Middle Eastern language. It means kill.
So it's a trigger word.
I don't think we went far enough into our investigation of the protocol.
But I thought we agreed that it's not Dr. Fox.
It's not Dr. Fox, but it seems as if he was an unwitting accomplice to whoever was behind these murders.
Possibility.
Well, obviously, there are other trigger words embedded in the protocol that are far more deadly than the ones that Dr. Fox was aware of.
That's a stretch.
No, not really. Whoever knows the old trigger words could use them.
Which means all the agents who've been through the protocol are ticking time bombs. So you're gonna unscramble that to see if we can find out who it is? Yes, but it's gonna take some time. Well, we have to trace the technology, find out who knew what and when. Frank?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I'm sorry.
Do you think that we can declassify the origins of the protocol?
Yeah, it's a little tough, but it can be done.
Oh, we have to. It's a matter of life and death.
See if you can add on a couple of shifts of bricklayers, but no overtime, all right?
Mr. Ryan? Jack Davis, you remember me? You didn't return any of my phone calls.
I'm a very busy man.
Well, I'm confused. Am I going to get a chance to bid on your apartment complex?
Depends. Have you wowed me yet?
Well, my wife and I are going to do a dinner.
Sounds thrilling.
I just figure a single guy like you probably eat out every night. I thought a nice home-cooked meal would be a good change of pace. Besides, it gives me the opportunity to tell you about my business.
I don't think so.
Just give me a chance, Mr. Ryan. Worst case scenario, you get a world-class lasagna dinner.
Okay. You get your shot. Tonight.
But my wife...
Tonight or never.
Tonight's great.
After talking my way through 17 CSA bureaucrats, they finally released this. It's a recruitment film, basically explaining how the mind control protocol works. I thought you might find it enlightening.
These agents in training are subjects of the Mind Development Protocol, commonly known as thought control, the brainchild of Dr. Franklin Bennett. The protocol will produce the optimal intelligence operative able to commit to any objective without
Is this
remorse.
the Franklin Bennett?
Genesis of this project goes back to
One of the most brilliant minds that ever worked for this agency.
Where's he now?
Who knows? Long gone.
Viewing program instituted by the
You know, nuts.
Language plays a special role in the protocol. The triggers that we place in a subject's mind can alter his or her world. And with the proper triggers, black becomes white, white becomes black.
I've seen enough. I want to meet this Dr. Bennett.
Absolutely, if you can find him.
It's worth a try. We have 2 friends dead, killed by their closest colleagues, and no one knows why. Bennett's our only lead. I'm gonna find him.
No, no rooms. There's no vacancy. Sorry.
Doing a little light reading, huh?
Yeah, I dabbled.
Me too.
You're a scientist.
No.
Police.
No.
An old girlfriend.
No.
That's a shame.
Dr. Bennett. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure. You have any idea of the wealth of information I'm sitting on out here? Set up the top of the heads of state and bring the rich and powerful to their knees. Only question is where to begin. Iran-Contra, Camp X-Ray, the Beijing fiasco, it's all here. I just don't know exactly where.
Well, Doctor, I wanted to ask you about the mind control protocol you developed in the 80s.
Yeah, nasty business.
And why do you say that?
Well, the fall of communism made for a crazy world. Agency had a lot to do. We were positioning ourselves in spots all over the globe. Sometimes we had to take drastic measures.
Illegal ones?
Without question.
How did the protocol fit in?
Deniability.
What?
That's what the government was looking for, and that's what I gave them. We had highly motivated and highly skilled agents ready to do the dirty work. But what if they got caught? What if they talked? Ramifications went to the highest levels of government. So, protocol was needed to wipe their memories clean.
So it worked like a post-hypnotic suggestion?
Yes, but the effects of the protocol went far deeper than that. They went on forever. Unless a subject was deprogrammed, the protocol stayed with him for life. That's why it's so dangerous, you know.
Do you realize we're still using it?
Yeah, I know. Coffee?
Yes, please.
A modified version, expanding minds to recognize terrorists and other threats. I know Dr. Fox. He's an imbecile.
Well, is it possible for a command or a trigger word that was embedded years ago to inadvertently be given to agents today?
More than possible. I would say it's likely. The person just has to know the trigger. He can use it any time, just by saying the word.
On the telephone?
Absolutely. You think that your junior agents are using the protocol to murder your senior agents.
How do you know about that?
I warned them. Told them it was too dangerous, and these junior agents are perfect candidates. Eager minds, trying hard to be so cooperative.
Wait a minute, Doctor. Who did you warn?
I warned everybody. The White House, Congress, I sent emails.
Really?
I always get the same answer. Christmas card from the president. I got one here somewhere.
Well, tell me about the embedded trigger word. There was a message on a cell phone in Pashto.
Yeah, that would be Afghanistan during the Soviet occupation. We had agents all over doing all kinds of illegal stuff. Black ops, top secret.
CSA?
Among others.
Why would there be a trigger word to use against our own agents?
Like I said, deniability.
Do you have any idea who was calling the shots in Afghanistan at that time? Someone who would know the trigger word?
And I have no idea who it could be. But if I were you, I would concentrate on one thing.
What?
Who wanted those senior agents dead today?
Call Frank Darnell.
This is Frank Darnell. Leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Hey, Frank, it's me. Guess who found Dr. Bennett? He's definitely flying under the radar, but he had a lot of interesting info. Unfortunately, I'm going to need some more classified data. I need to know which CSA agents were involved in a black ops operation in Afghanistan in the 80s. I know it seems crazy, but I really think it's the key to finding out who's behind all this. Wait a second, maybe this is you. Wait. Frank?
No, it's your other husband. I've been trying to get a hold of you.
I'm sorry, honey. How are you doing?
Wow, a little panicked. Spoke to Rob Ryan today. Your idea about the dinner was a hit. The only problem is he can only do it tonight.
That's a problem.
Why? Where are you?
I'm 90 miles away.
What are you doing out there?
Work. Oh, look. I can do this. I will get home. I will make the lasagna. I just need you to get some things from the store, okay, honey? You got a pen? Okay. You know those big flat noodles? You know, lasagna noodles?
Bennett told her that the trigger words being used could have come from a black ops program in Afghanistan.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You think the information's reliable?
Well, she trusts him, so do I. She said that Bennett's got paperwork to back up his claims.
Oh, man, I don't know, Frank. It's just out of left field.
No, but if it's true, I'd figure out who had the CSA operations back then and whether they use the protocol to try to kill senior agents today.
I understand, but I'm not even sure that the CSA was in the Afghan theater back then.
I think we were. I think I might have been there.
Whoa. What are you saying?
I've been having these thoughts. You know, these visions in my head. It's for about a week or so.
Visions?
Yeah. Lena Devlin's there. Doug Coleman's there. We're coming back from patrol in the desert. Took some incoming fire. Ducked inside this building for cover. And my CO was there.
Who is it?
It's the weird thing I can't see his face. No, I can't place it.
Jeez, I don't know. Frank, what you're saying is that the CSA sent you to an Afghan war zone without your consent.
It's in my head.
I'll talk to senior officials, see what I can find out about a CSA Afghan operation in the late 80s, but we may be on another wild goose chase here.
So it looks like that trash. Really? Cathy, can I speak with you a minute?
Yeah, sure, Mitch. What's going on?
I heard you found the old loon in the desert.
Oh, Dr. Bennett? I liked him, actually. He's a legend, you know?
Come on, Cathy, the man's off his nut.
He said some very interesting things, especially about a certain black ops operation in Afghanistan in the 80s. Do you know anything about that?
Look, I know Frank Darnell gave you latitude in your investigations, but this thing is one giant pressure cooker waiting to blow up in everyone's face. You are aware that the Washington guys are still breathing down our necks.
Yes, I am, Mitch.
Good.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, come on in.
I just drove 180 miles. Well, Mitch Evans just advised me against snooping around. You think he's hiding something?
I don't know. Phil seems to think it's a long shot, too.
So this is everything we have on CSA involvement in Afghanistan. It's not much.
Okay, Judy, thanks.
All right, Agent Ross. So is it anything?
No, it's not what I need.
Dr. Bennett was so convincing. But do you think I'm just way off on this?
No, you know what I keep thinking? I keep thinking who would want Lena Devlin and Doug Coleman dead, and what the hell does that have to do with the past? I don't know.
Well, look, we're not going to figure this out tonight, and I have to get home and make some lasagna. My husband has a client over for dinner, and...
I'll walk out.
Agent Ross speaking. Frank, what's going on? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. What?
You're not a very good liar.
I just got some things on my mind, that's all. No big deal.
You want to tell me about it?
Stay down.
Over here. Maybe we should split up.
Sure, she's not trying to shoot you. Judy!
Judy! What just happened? What happened? Can someone tell me what's going on? wants you dead.
Oh, you won.
No, she owes you one. Come on.
Judy was a loyal girl.
Yeah, but she was in the data mining protocol, Frank. And someone gave her the order to kill you. Why?
Well, I know.
Frank, we gotta figure out why. I have a feeling you know something about Afghanistan and you are not telling me. Please. We've been friends a really long time. You can trust me.
I was just talking about it with Phil Sands. Some of it doesn't make any sense. It's just,
I can help you with that.
I've been having these visions. You know, they're like flashes in my head. Kind of like dreams, you know.
How long have you been having them?
A few days.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's always the same thing, though. It's always Devlin and it's always Coleman. We were coming back from patrol, heading back to base camp. We were good. Things were all right. Then all hell broke loose. Took a lot of incoming fire. I got scared. Just really got scared. We had to take cover, so we tucked inside this building. Coleman got hit. But I had to get him inside, you know. I had to take care of him.
So it was just the three of you?
Oh, there were 5 of us. 5.
You guys all right?
Mitch Evans was there.
Was he the commanding officer? Was he in charge?
I don't know, Kath. I mean, Coleman got hit, and I knew I had to get him inside the building.
Who was in charge? Frank.
Can't see his face.
Frank, try harder.
Phil Sands. I can see it. Phil Sands.
Phil was your commanding officer?
Kathy, what the hell's going on here? What's happening?
I think you were in that Black Ops operation in Afghanistan, Frank. I think you're remembering something you were programmed to forget.
Are you all right, honey? I mean, you didn't say much during dinner.
I'm fine, really. I'm fine.
Don't worry. You said the interviews went great. I mean, there's no way in the world you're not going to get that job in Washington. Hey, Kathy, Frank, what's going on?
Phil, we need to talk, but not him.
It concerns the investigation. Sorry, lawyer.
Okay, honey, I better go. Can you get the car and bring it to the hotel? I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Afghanistan wasn't the only Black Ops program using the protocol. There were more. There were many, many more.
You ran Afghanistan, Phil?
Yeah, I did.
So you used us. Put us on the line of fire against our will. Is that what you did?
No, you volunteered, Frank. All of you did. You just don't remember. Look, most of what we did there was humanitarian. Medical supplies, evacuations, helping the resistance against the Soviets, a lot of good things.
But it was illegal?
Yeah, probably. But it wasn't my decision to use the protocol. That was policy. They felt we needed...
Deniability?
Exactly.
Frank!
You're a liar. All these years. You never said one thing to me.
I wanted to.
Why?
I wanted.
Why?
I should
Tell
have.
me right now.
I should have, Frank. You're right. I honestly believed you'd be better off not remembering. Listen, when Coleman and Devlin were killed, I made no connection,
about Devlin?
honestly, until you started having memories.
Yeah, maybe it was better off. The less people that knew about Afghanistan, better off it'd be for your career.
That is wrong.
Frank!
Get off of me, Frank. That's wrong.
Frank!
Alana remembered she was murdered. The same thing with Coleman. Less than an hour ago,
Someone tried to shoot Frank, okay?
I had nothing to do with that. Look, this whole Black Ops thing in Afghanistan, that's a nightmare, admittedly. You're right, now that it's out, I've lost any chance at the job at Washington. That's fine. But you gotta believe me, Alana Devlin was my friend. Doug Coleman was my friend. And Frank, you are my friend.
There's triggers in the protocol to kill us, right?
Yes.
What are they?
I don't know.
Who knows those trigger words?
I'm not sure. They were coded, along with the other classified documents over at CSA Communications. That's all I know.
Hey, Frank, calm down, okay?
I'm all right.
Think he's telling the truth?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, he's willing to come forward, say what he knows, cooperate.
Okay, then who? Mitch Evans? He was in Afghanistan.
Yeah, but he wasn't in charge.
I know, but he wants that DC job bad. Maybe exposing Phil's the best way to get it.
Good point.
Think it's worth a look.
Yeah, we gotta figure this out, Frank. Someone out there still wants you dead. Please be careful.
I'll keep my head down.
Oh my God, Frank! I'm late, I gotta go. Hold the elevator. Honey, I had the hardest day. I am so sorry.
You realize that he's gonna be here any minute, right?
Yes, I do. Which is why I got this.
Told him that you make world-famous lasagna.
Well, I just need a few minutes to work my magic. It'll be fine. I can do this. Just stay out of my way.
I don't know why I just didn't buy him something, a sound system, a new car. I could have used Nick's poker winnings to pay for it.
Honey, relax. Nick, Susan, come down here and help us.
Right away, please. What are we gonna do?
Well, we're gonna figure out what to say to impress this man, okay? What? I need you to set the table.
Mom!
Don't argue with me.
Fine, but I'm participating under protest.
Why do I have the sense of impending disaster?
Honey, everything is gonna be fine. I just need a few minutes. I need to get dressed. Everything will be good as long as he's not, early. Just relax, okay? Honey, just answer the door, all right?
Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right. All right.
World-class lasagna. Huh, Jack?
Well, there's actually a pretty funny story about that.
I'm sorry, it's my fault, Mr. Ryan. I had a big emergency at work today.
I see. Where do you work?
I work at a puzzle company.
Ah, so it was a puzzle emergency.
So, Mr. Ryan, is it true that you plan to tear down a homeless shelter to build a strip mall?
Susan, I'm sorry. She doesn't
It's
really know
okay.
what she's talking about.
It's okay. I'm not tearing down anything, young lady. The city council is.
Actually, an independent audit of last year's campaign contributions shows that you, Mr. Ryan, gave more money to influence the city council election than any other competition in the city.
I have a lot of friends on the city council. Is that a crime?
Of course not. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having friends, is there, kids? Now, Mr. Ryan, about my company, I think that you're going to find that I run a first-rate operation.
It's hard for me to believe you can run anything, Jack. You can't even control the mouths of your own children.
Actually, my children are encouraged to have their own opinions, to express themselves. Now, they may not always do it as courteously as I would like. Now, if we could get back to my business.
You and your little contracting business, you'll always be small time, which is exactly where you belong.
Wait a minute. You sit down. Mr. Ryan, you can insult my lasagna at takeout. You can insult my whole dinner and my housekeeping and maybe even say something about my kids who are a little out of line. But when you insult my husband, who is a good and loving man, who works hard and takes care of his family, you, sir, have stepped over the line. Big time.
You through? You're
nuts.
Oh, boy.
That went well. The fact that he is the most arrogant, insufferable man that I have ever met is absolutely no excuse for the way I behaved, honey. I am so sorry. Can you ever forgive me? Look, I know. I'll make it up to you. I'll go in, I'll talk to him, and I'll apologize. I'll tell him that I had a nervous breakdown, or...
It won't be necessary.
Honey, this was a really big opportunity, and
There'll be others. Besides, I kind of enjoyed it.
The lasagna?
Those things that you said about me. Loving, supportive, sexy.
Did I say sexy?
No, but you were thinking it.
You're right.
Not many wives would have gone to bat for their husband the way that you did. Laura Sands has nothing on you.
That's it. You're brilliant.
I am.
Yes.
I am?
Yes, I gotta go.
Now?
I'm so sorry, honey. I love you. I'll be back. I promise.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hey, Gwen, thank you so much for meeting me this late. How are you holding up?
You said it was an emergency.
Yeah, did you find Alana's appointment book?
Oh, it's right here. What do you need it for?
Well, it's just a theory. I need to know if she saw Phil Sands in the days before her death.
Actually, she did. Yes, here it is. Lunch with Phil Sands and his wife, Laura, the afternoon before she was killed.
Oh, look at that. Drinks with Mitch Evans before the party. Mind if I take this?
Go right ahead.
Get some rest. Frank, Alana had lunch with Phil and Laura the day she was murdered.
Okay. What does that prove?
Well, I think she was having flashbacks, just like you, and I think she told Phil, and maybe even Mitch about it.
It's a pretty big assumption. You sure?
Yeah, I know.
Are you on to something?
I think I know who was behind all of this, Frank.
It's got to be real, Cat. You got something real?
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Phil, Laura, and Mitch are heading up to D.C. for a decision on that promotion. Tell you what, I have them over to my house before they go. Can you get me hard evidence by then? Can you do it?
I can try.
I'll try hard, because if you can't, there's not much else we can do.
I know. Hello? This is Agent Jane Doe. I need your help, and I need it fast. Hello? Hello? Dr. Bennett.
I brought you something.
Personnel files.
Everybody who was involved in the Afghan Black Ops program in the 80s, what they did, what they knew.
Did you find the name I asked you about?
Take a look there.
How can I ever thank you?
Well, actually, I'm grateful for the chance to right a wrong.
It wasn't your fault, Dr. Bennett.
And I wanted to thank you.
For what?
Well, for being the only person in a very long time to believe in me. The old loon out in the desert.
It was my pleasure.
I don't think they're going to be too happy to see me, you know.
You'll be fine, Dr. Bennett.
Yeah.
Just maybe lose the hat. Yeah.
Hi, Frank.
Dr. Bennett.
Yeah, hey, it's been a while, huh?
Sure has.
Hard evidence, Frank. I think you're going to want to see this.
Come on.
Hello?
Well, Jane Doe, Any other crazy theories you want to float before we all leave for Washington?
No more theories, just proof.
Dr. Bennett, where'd you come from?
Desert.
I have here files on every CSA agent that worked on a certain Black Ops operation in Afghanistan and the CSA agents who worked in communications.
All right, but what's all that got to do with what happened to Coleman and Devlin?
Yeah.
Well, everything. You see, Dr. Bennett developed a mind control protocol in the 90s, which basically was used to get CSA agents to participate in illegal Black Ops operations. And then it would wipe their minds clean. Now, this protocol in a different form is being used on junior agents today. And it has in it embedded certain trigger words. Words that, when spoken, could get a CSA agent to do just about anything, including killing another agent.
What are you talking about?
Just bear with me, Mitch, okay? Now, Alana Devlin was one of these agents. Now, she was in Afghanistan, along with you and you. But recently, she began having these memories, these flashbacks, I think because she was with her old comrades. These memories could be very, very embarrassing, especially to someone who was in line for a big job in Washington. Someone like you, Mitch, for instance.
You think I had Alana killed?
No. But you were in Afghanistan. You were just lucky enough not to remember it.
No, I was never in Afghanistan.
You were, which brings me to Doug Coleman. Now, Doug started having these flashbacks and these memories as well, and he confided in just one person. You, Phil. You headed up that operation in Afghanistan, and you were the one who gave the orders to these men and these women to commit these illegal acts. And you knew that if this came to light, it would hurt your chances in Washington big time.
That's true. Doug told me about his memories, and I was worried. But I was ready to come clean, and I certainly would never kill my friends to protect my career. Look, I didn't even know the trigger words.
I know, Phil. I know you didn't know the trigger words. But there was someone else who did. Someone who cares very much about your big promotion. Your very loving and supportive wife, Laura.
No, Cathy, you're wrong.
It's okay, Phil. I'm afraid this is all about jealousy. Cathy Davis has always been jealous about my success, and now that Phil and I are going to Washington, she just can't take it.
I have your file, Laura. You were in CSA Communications in the 90s. And in fact, you knew the trigger words. And when you saw that your husband's career was in jeopardy, you used those trigger words to get those junior agents to kill Alana and Doug, didn't you?
It's absurd.
Cathy, this is crazy.
We were able to unscramble the voice on Brian Ennis's cell phone. Listen.
Wasm.
Coleman Wasm. Coleman Wasm.
Laura, I can't believe it.
They weren't supposed to remember. Alana Devlin, Doug Coleman, you, none of you were supposed to hurt Phil.
He's ready to talk about what happened in Afghanistan.
No, he won't. Phil, listen to me. You always have. You see, Cathy, we're a team. And I'm here to support him. I'm here to make sure that you get everything that you deserve, including the Washington job.
He doesn't want it, Laura. He doesn't want it like this.
He doesn't have a choice. Now, I will take my file. Go on. And the rest of it. And once you're dead, the memories are gone. And it will be as if Afghanistan never happened. And Phil will take office.
Laura, what about my memories?
Phil, let me do what I need to do for us. No! No! No, it's not fair.
It's okay. It's over now.
This way. Take the front, Mitch.
Sorry, Phil.
No, I'm sorry. For everything. Look, the agency took advantage of your patriotism, and I took advantage of your friendship, and that's wrong.
What about Laura, Phil?
I don't know. I guess I have to be there for her as best I can. As crazy as it seems, everything she did for love. And now we have to live with the consequences.
Good luck.
You too.
How are you doing, Frank? You okay?
Yeah. Lost a lot of good friends.
Well, now you know the truth.
Something smells good?
It's my wonderful lasagna for my wonderful husband.
You're too good to me.
Well, it's the least I can do. I'm so sorry I ruined your shot with Mr. Ryan.
It's all right, sweetheart. Who needs Rob Ryan anyway? Believe it or not, the city council reversed themselves on that homeless shelter. I might get a chance to bid on it.
That's wonderful. I wonder what happened.
I have no idea. I guess somebody finally stood up to Rob Ryan.
Oh, you mean without throwing lasagna into his lap?
I wonder if that's the muffin lady.
Oh, I doubt it.
Can I help you?
James Thompson. I'm with the LA Beacon.
Oh, thanks, but we already subscribed.
Hey, I'm a reporter. I'm here for the press conference.
What press conference?
That one?
You guys must have the wrong address.
This is the Davis residence, right?
Yeah, but...
Any idea what time we're getting started?
Hey, you guys, does anybody know anything about a press conference?
Yeah, that's for me.
What's going on?
When the people of this city speak of our young people, too often they speak of unruliness, disregard of others, crime, drugs, violence. But today we see another kind of young person. A young man who extols the kinds of virtues that we all can aspire to. Kindness, generosity, concern for the community.
Is this what you spent your poker money on?
Yeah, sorry I didn't tell you.
And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce a fine young man and a model citizen, Nick Davis. Nick?
Hi, my name is Nick Davis, and I'm here to present this check to the city for the amount of $5,812.59 for the rescue and rehabilitation of the 9th Street homeless shelter.
All right,
From what I understand, because of this contribution, corporate sponsors and the city have added a fund to help pay back taxes, fully restore, and rebuild the homeless shelter so it can exist for years to come.
Tell us, how'd a kid like you raise so much money?
I persuaded my friends to help pitch in a little.
He really is a good bluffer, isn't he?
We're back as soon as we get back.
You should have told us, Nick.
I thought you'd be mad.
I would have, but I also would have gotten over it.
Well, the good news is you're still grounded.
I know I cheated and I lied, and I know it was wrong, even if it was for all the right reasons.
True. So who's up for some gin rummy and some fresh lasagna?
Me and Mom against you guys?
No way. Did you know that they cheated gin rummy?
No wonder we never win.
You guys never win because you're terrible card players.
Spoken like a true cheater.